What up, my people? So, I know, like a lot of y'all, you know, we all grew up going to church and everything, right? A lot of us did. Some of us, we didn't, you know. But I think it's time to go head on and just put this out there and just say it, man. Say it now, man. Get it on out there. Something that we gotta just stop. We gotta stop doing this, man. The Holy Ghost at church, man. Look, let me stop. Let me take that back. Not the Holy Ghost, but whatever this performance is that some of y'all be doing at church, man. I'm talking about, it's like a whole production where whatever the pastor's saying is, he's saying some good stuff, you know, like, take it in. But all of this going crazy, screaming, falling on the ground. No, for real, like falling on the ground. They covering you up with a sheet. Like, what's going on? What's going on? Can you just start working on the problems in your life, please? Can you just please start working on them? Start putting a little bit of effort into whatever's going on in your life. Please. Because at the end of the day, man, this whole production that you put on when you go to church, I got some family members that I watch do this. I'm talking about they go to church and whatever the pastor talking about that day, it hit them hard because 9 times out of 10 it's probably something that they're going through in their life. Next thing you know, they get up and they get to shaking and they falling and flipping all over the ground and crying and holding on to everybody. People got to lift them up and carry them. See, this is what a lot of people don't want to talk about, though. Them same people that be doing all that, putting on that whole production at church, that whole Broadway play at church, they was literally at the club the night before. They probably hit the weed on their way into church. They the same rotten people that when they leave church, they go right back to doing the same thing that they was crying about at church. And don't get me wrong. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time to overcome some of the problems and issues in your life. But I feel like if you're doing some terrible things in this world and you're trying to overcome, you would try your best to not repeat that same cycle. But how you at the bar, turning up, shots. You hitting the weed in the parking lot before you go into the bar. You popping pills before you go into the bar. You in the bar fighting the night before you go to church. And you go to church the next day. And you falling all over everybody. Please, everybody. Please. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Like, at some point you got to stop. We got to stop this, y'all. We're not doing this no more going forward. And I know it's going to hurt a lot of people's feelings because, you know, church is a touchy subject for a lot of people, but at some point, man, we got to call BS on the BS, man. We got to stop this, man. Like, I know some people in my life right now, every time they go to church, right? Every time they crying, they up in there need everybody to come hug on them. They up in there acting a fool in the church. But they don't do anything to try to work on the problems and the stuff that they crying about. They don't do nothing. They go right back to living that same life and doing those same things as soon as they leave church. Did y'all forget that it's people that know you in real life that be at church with you? Did y'all forget that? Your family is sitting right there. They know exactly what you did this morning. They know exactly what you did last week. They know exactly what you're about to do as soon as you get out of church. So that's probably why your family's sitting up there in church looking at you like, hey man, sit down, man. Sit down, get the word, man, and just take the word in. But hey, please stop with the production, man. Please stop. Because we know as soon as you leave here, you're going back to being the same person, man. Cut the production, man. I'm sorry, y'all, but I just call it how I see it. I can't sit up here and keep on living in this pretend world acting like, you know, like it's like we on like a repeated cycle of BS. You know, like I'm 40 now. And I've been watching this same stuff on repeat for years and years and years. And I can't take it no more, man. So I guess I got to be the voice of the people who won't say it out loud to you. I'm sorry. I have to be that person, man. We got to stop with the production. Like, it's crazy. Like, the last time I went to church, I saw this lady, and she would do it every Sunday when I was going to church. She would always fall on the ground and get to shaking and twitching and stuff. And then they would always come cover her with a sheet. I'm like, after a while, I started looking at it. I'm like, hold on. Is this like a production? Like, is this something that y'all kind of do, like, on purpose to try to, you know, like, get more members to come to the church? Like, you trying to put this production on to make it look like something, you know, like church is lit? I hope this is not what this is, because I'm like, every week, ma'am, every week, you getting covered up with a sheet. I just don't know, y'all. I don't know. I don't know about this, man. But I just can't take it anymore. So going forward, man, like I said, I'm going to talk about the stuff that, hey, nobody want to talk about. Ain't nobody going to say nothing about this out loud. I know y'all saw the thing with the pastor recently where he had the lady was, ma'am, hey, come on, kill that. Like, stop. Somebody get her. Stop that, man. That's what I'm talking about. These people be at church every Sunday doing, like, come on. Even the pastor said, I know what I just said. It ain't that strong. Come on, man. Please, man. I'm done, man. I'm done with a lot of stuff, y'all. I'm done, man.